My name is Clara, and this is my story, a story about a choice, a moment that changed everything. It started small, almost imperceptibly, the cracks forming in what I thought was solid ground. Mark and I, we had been together for so long, years blurred into a comfortable pattern, a routine that felt safe but also stifling. I loved him. I truly did. But the passion, the spark, it had dwindled, replaced by a quiet companionship, a sort of unspoken understanding that we were just existing, side by side, not truly living fully present for each other the way we once were. The laughter became softer, the touches less frequent, the late-night talks less profound, as if we had said all there was to say. Or perhaps we had simply stopped listening to the silent narratives unfolding within each other's souls. A subtle shift that went unnoticed by me for too long, until it was too late to mend the growing chasm. Then Alex came into my life, a whirlwind of new energy, a different kind of attention. He saw me. He truly saw me, or so I believed. He listened to my dreams, my frustrations, things I had stopped sharing with Mark because I felt Mark stopped listening, or perhaps I stopped trying to make him listen. I don't know who stopped first, but the distance grew between us, a silent chasm becoming wider with each passing day, each missed connection, each unsaid word. Alex made me feel vibrant, alive again. Like a forgotten melody suddenly brought to life, he laughed at my jokes. He remembered small details about my day. He looked at me with an intensity that made my heart race, a sensation I had long forgotten and craved desperately. The first time Alex touched my hand, it was accidental, a brush across the table during a late-night work session, a shared project deadline looming over us. But the electricity was undeniable, a jolt I hadn't felt in years, a spark that ignited a dangerous fire within me. I pulled my hand away quickly, my heart hammering against my ribs. A warning, a siren call of danger. But the feeling lingered, a memory of warmth and connection. I couldn't shake it. It followed me home. It whispered in my thoughts. It lingered in the quiet moments when Mark was asleep beside me. And I was wide awake, staring at the ceiling, battling a burgeoning secret. It escalated slowly with late-night texts, innocent at first, about work, then about life, about us, about everything and nothing. The conversations grew deeper, more personal, more intimate. I found myself looking forward to his messages, to his smile, to our stolen moments in the office hallway, a secret life blooming in the shadows of my existing one. A parallel universe where I felt desired and seen and undeniably reckless. The thrill of secrecy became a potent addiction, fueling my desire to push boundaries, to explore this new, dangerous territory. Despite the nagging voice of conscience in the back of my mind, the guilt was a heavy cloak I wore constantly. Especially when I was with Mark, I would look at him across the dinner table, at his kind eyes, his familiar smile, and a wave of nausea would wash over me. I was a fraud, a liar, a betrayer, a thief, stealing moments from my own life to feed a burgeoning desire. I tried to pull back from Alex. I truly did. I told myself it was wrong, that I was hurting someone I loved, that I was destroying everything I had built. But he was like a drug, a temptation. I couldn't resist a promise of something. I felt I was missing something vital, something that made me feel whole and alive, even if it was a fleeting and ultimately destructive illusion. The first kiss. It was in his car, after a long day at work, the rain outside mirroring the storm inside me, the droplets blurring the city lights outside a scene of cinematic drama that played out in my own life. It was intoxicating, forbidden, thrilling, terrifying. I tasted regret and desire all at once, and I knew then that I had crossed a line, a point of no return. There was no going back, no pretending this was just friendship, no more innocent flirtation. This was real, this was happening. This was a choice, a deliberate step into the abyss of infidelity. And I felt a strange mix of terror and exhilarating freedom as his lips met mine. The affair began a clandestine dance of deceit and stolen moments, a world built on lies and whispered promises. I would tell Mark. I was working late meeting friends, anything to create an alibi. Each lie a brick in the wall, separating me from the woman I used to be. I hated myself for it, for the person I was becoming. But I couldn't stop the thrill, the escape, the feeling of being alive again. Even if it was a false life built on another person's pain, a foundation of sand crumbling beneath my feet. With every whispered word, every stolen touch, every secret rendezvous. The secrecy became a part of me, a dark shadow I carried everywhere, a constant companion that whispered reminders of my betrayal. The emotional toll was immense. I was constantly on edge, afraid of discovery, afraid of losing everything, yet unable to let go of the new excitement Alex brought. I was living a double life, and it was slowly consuming me, eroding my soul. I lost weight. I slept poorly. I was jumpy, irritable. My friends noticed. Mark noticed. He asked if everything was all right. I would just smile and say yes, just stressed at work, more lies, each one a deeper entanglement, each one a tighter knot in the web of deceit. I was weaving around myself and around the man I supposedly loved. My mind was a battlefield, a constant war between conscience and desire, between loyalty and longing. A struggle I was clearly losing. The day it all came crashing down was inevitable. I suppose it always is. Secrets have a way of revealing themselves, a truth that always finds its way to the light, no matter how deep you bury it. I left my phone unlocked on the kitchen counter. A message from Alex popped up. Something innocent enough about dinner plans or a meeting, but the timing. The sender, everything screamed suspicion. Mark saw it. He picked up my phone. His face, a mask of confusion, then dawning horror, then pure agony. As he read the words, a simple text that unraveled years of shared life, shared dreams, shared love in an instant, a quiet explosion of heartbreak. His eyes met mine across the room, and in that moment the world stopped. Time stood still. The air left my lungs. I saw his pain, his betrayal, his disbelief, and it shattered me more than any physical blow could have. I saw the years, the memories, the love we shared, collapsing into dust around us. I saw myself for what I truly was, a coward. A selfish person who had destroyed something beautiful for a fleeting moment of excitement, a transient thrill that left only devastation in its wake. His gaze was a mirror reflecting my own ugliness, my own deceit, my own profound regret. There were no shouts, no screaming, just a quiet devastation, a profound silence that spoke volumes more than any angry words could have conveyed. He asked me if it was true, and I couldn't speak. I just nodded, a silent confession, a confirmation of his worst fears, a testament to my ultimate failure as a partner, as a human being. He walked out of the house that day, and he never truly came back, not the way he was before, not the man who loved me unconditionally, who trusted me implicitly, who saw me as his future. That version of him was gone forever, shattered by my actions. The fallout was catastrophic. Our relationship disintegrated into a painful mess of accusations and apologies, and tears, a tangled web of raw emotions that ripped apart the fabric of our shared life. My family was devastated. My friends confused and disappointed. Some chose sides, some simply retreated, unable to comprehend the scale of my betrayal. I lost everything I had built with Mark, the home, the shared future, the comfortable life I had grown so used to. I lost his trust, his respect, his love, and in many ways, I lost myself too. My identity as a partner, as a loyal friend, as a good person was irrevocably damaged. A mirror image of my former self, now broken beyond repair. Alex, he was there for a while, a convenient escape, a temporary comfort, but the spark that had ignited our affair couldn't sustain a real relationship built on the ashes of another. The thrill was gone, replaced by the heavy weight of reality, the knowledge of what we had done and the cost of it. Our connection was forged in secrecy and deceit, and it couldn't withstand the light of day. He eventually moved on, found someone,